Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Do you hear that sweet melody? That sweet melody on the breeze?
No one else hears that sweet melody on the breeze.
Good morning, Night Vale. Hi, my name's Hal. I'm a Capricorn, and I'm so happy to be here and share my energy with you.
Hey, it's me, Symphony. I'm a Libra, and I am stoked to be here with you.
Hi, I'm Meg, and I'm an Aries, and I'm setting my intention to have a joyful time with you today. Today, we are recording episode 122 of Good Morning Night Vale, which is a story of love and horror, part 2, Spire. And in case you've missed it, Good Morning Night Vale is the podcast where we recap every episode of the Welcome to Night Vale podcast, tell you behind-the-scenes stories, our special thoughts, and our love, the love that we share of every kind. Oh, when are we recording? I forgot. That's right in front of us. I should let you know. So we're back. For those of you who are in the timeline with us, we recorded episode 121 back in August. And now, because Symphony went on an epic tour of Europe performing the live show of Welcome to Night Vale. You've probably heard of that show. But now Symphony is back in the good old US of A. And it is October the 27th at 9:28 Eastern Standard Time. And this episode's going to be in your ears a week from now.
See, you didn't even know I was gone. But let's talk about this episode's description, which is a story of love and horror, part 2 of 3. Let's talk about it. You all, it's so good to be back with you, first of all. And for the rest of you, you didn't even know I was gone,
You didn't
baby.
know. You didn't know about the sleepless nights of waiting.
Waiting, the torturous sadness. Well, you know what else is torturous? Whatever the heck is happening with Barks on We coming out of the TV. This episode is spooky. But it's perfect because it's just about spooky season.
It is. It's spooky season in our timeline. in our
Yes.
current timeline.
In this timeline, which has not been destroyed, thankfully.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe that? What a twist.
It's very, it struck me as like that thing of you press a button and somebody you don't know dies, but you get $1 million. This is like a worse version of that.
The morality.
Where you do know a bunch of people who in your world are fine, but that you have to look at somebody every day who you've murdered in another reality.
What would you do?
Me?
Yeah. Would you
go back to my own universe and lose this potential love of my life, or destroy this universe, this other universe?
Or there's like option 3, right? Which is just they break up in the universe, right? Did I make that up? Is that not like an option where it's like they don't have to?
They just can't be together.
Yeah.
I thought it was that she had to go back because she switched with her. She's in the wrong reality. The Francises have switched.
Yeah.
So she goes back, or just everything else gets destroyed. I don't remember a third.
It says, and you are coming into contact with a person from a different universe, which has exceptionally detrimental effect on reality.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because she's like deeply entwining herself into the life of someone from this reality.
So she can't be with anybody from this reality.
No, she would have to stay apart from them or not be entangled. I would assume you could
just a bunch of one-night stands for the rest of your life.
You get a sandwich from the sandwich shop. I don't think that would be too far, would it?
No. Yeah. I mean, obviously, because she's been doing her job and stuff and nothing's happened.
So what would you do?
It's just like...
Would you kill the other universe?
No, I'd probably go back.
Yeah.
I'd probably go back because that sucks though. Oh, I would hope for something to change up until the last minute, and then I would go back.
I'm packing. I'm putting my last pair of pants in the bag in case anything's changing. Slowly into the bag.
Exactly, just that. What would you do?
I don't know. I might kill the other universe. Oh, it depends. It really depends.
That's so Aries.
So
Aries.
I'm trying to get the vibe here. About whether Francis and Nazar actually are like
in love
in this big beautiful love affair. Like is it just like this relationship where they're coming together and it's cool and it works and it's nice, or is it like, the kind of love that launches 1,000 ships, right? Like
they did say that it felt different from other ones, like in the previous episode. They did say that it was like special and felt different. But like, I don't think either of them has gotten to, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel them to be like, so, yeah. And to make that decision to be like, should we kill a whole universe? Or that'd be so bad. Are we bad? Am I the villain?
I mean, they don't want to do it.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I mean, she's throwing up.
But they like each other so much.
He's crying.
Yeah.
Also, you could do it with the hope that, if this is meant to be, it will happen in another reality as well.
Right.
But you won't experience it.
You won't. It's true.
But I also think, just like they said...
I mean, like, with your version, you know what I mean? Like, you go back and if those two people are meant to be together, no matter which reality they're in, if all the versions are together... But maybe not. Maybe that's the alternate, is that they are not together. They never will. There doesn't seem to be a promise of that one way or the other.
Yeah, because they were saying, like, even in the thing, it's like what people deserve and what people receive are only tangentially and coincidentally related. So we could be in for a real letdown of their love story, but like maybe there'll be a silver lining and maybe there won't, which I think is a sadder, scarier option. But it's real.
Yeah.
This is so deep.
I know. People are asked to sacrifice a lot of their lives and happiness every day for the greater good. So.
Yeah. I mean, but would they feel it though?
I know. That's kind of where I'm like, this is my one life and I would like to live it. And these people won't feel it. And I don't even actually know that they exist.
Right. Like it's a splintering of a thing, but but are we any more real or any more entitled to life than they are? But like, would someone do that same thing over there if they had the opportunity? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a real quandary.
The karmic implications of destroying an entire universe so that you could like date a guy that you maybe
so like, you'd be like, see if it works.
Maybe you like him, you know?
Look, I don't know. The things we do for love, though.
I mean, like Romeo and Juliet were teenagers. We don't know how that would have turned out long term. There are a lot of, like what I'm saying is like there are a lot of, when you're young, it's very easy to fall very hard and everything feels different.
They're not that young. They have they're adults. They have jobs.
Yeah, but still, strike me as kind of young.
I picture them like in their 40s.
Oh, okay. In my mind,
I picture them in their 30s, which is still.
In my mind, they just feel
an adult.
Just feels younger. I don't know. There's something.
Does that make it easier, you think, or harder?
I think when you're really young, you're still figuring out yourself. So in each relationship, it's possible to have a relationship that lasts long term. I wouldn't write that off, but also you spend a lot of that time of your life figuring out who you are. And as you learn who you are, then that allows you to be in a relationship with someone else. And you may still be learning decades later. Like it's all of that is a process. But I think it's hard to know at a younger age because I think you need the time under your belt with another person to really understand, like, is this going to work long term? What happens when the excitement of what's new fades? What's there? How do you keep it new, and how do you enjoy the familiarity?
I always thought they were like in their 30s or something because like they were both so jaded about dating. Like they were just so entrenched in what they were doing in their jobs and things like that. And also, I feel like, to your point, I feel like sometimes when you're younger, things feel more urgent, like it feels like bigger. Not that, I mean, a great love is a great love, don't get me wrong, but like everything is more like bombastic when you're like younger, everything's a bigger deal. Yeah. I mean, at least it was for me. I had very dramatic feelings when I was a younger person, but now it's tempered down a bit and I still have big feelings, obviously, but it's not the end of the world when things don't work out the way I want them to.
Yeah. You get things under your belt. You survive heartbreak. And you're like, oh, yeah, I can get through. That's fine. But, the world, there's new people in the world, spins madly on. Yeah. I think, I don't know, for me, a lot of like my early 20s and like before I started dating Joseph and we like built this relationship, a lot of my like self-worth was tied up in the fact that I wanted someone to love me, And so it was like hard to have that, like, kind of become who I am with that there. So when Joseph and I got together and I was in a secure relationship and I felt love and felt like I was a person who could love and a person who could be loved, then I was able to, like, I don't know, focus less on myself in that way and become more of myself.
You freed up space for you to do something else.
I freed up space to do some other shit besides just obsess about being desired and loved. So, which I think is a little bit...
Which you are.
Yeah. Which I think there's sort of touched on in this episode too, when they talk about how Nazar and Francis are changing.
Right.
Because their relationship, like they're like the relationships always change you. And this is they're sort of becoming different people because of who they are together.
Speaking of that, the imagery of both of their like horror, like the horror thing that was happening was so friggin' scary. First of all, like a spooky cartoon character coming out of your TV, girl, no. I don't like the idea of that. I would be screaming just like Francis was, like, but I wouldn't have forgotten about it. I would be a ranting, raving mess. I'd be like, it's coming out of my TV. he's coming out of my TV. But Nazar's one is something I'm afraid of all the time. Because, I love a mirror. So I am afraid that one day I'll look in and there'll be more than just my reflection or my reflection that isn't me.
It's out of sync with you. Like that's a a real horror movie. Like somebody looks away from the mirror and then the mirror image looks at them.
Yes.
Real creepy.
Or it starts smiling, a weird, creepy smile when you're not smiling.
Every time I look in a mirror, in my brain, there's like at least a 15% chance that Killer Bob from Twin Peaks is going to appear. Like that, I'm in the Black Lodge somewhere trapped. That's still one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Like it just scared the hell out of me, out of 14-year-old Hal, and that lives with me. Like mirror, I don't like looking in mirrors for a variety of reasons. Not the least of which is Killer Bob might be in there.
Killer Bob.
R.I.P. actor who played Killer Bob. He's no longer with us. Don't check the mirror.
Or is he?
No, he's not in my mirror.
He's in your mirror.
That's why we haven't hung mirrors yet. I still haven't hung mirrors in our bathrooms.
He's alive forever in your mirror, Hal.
That's why. Those are Killer Bob doors. You don't want those.
I wouldn't if I were you.
I'm going to come over and hang those mirrors.
No, don't, please.
I am.
All right, fine. Fine, come hang mirrors. When Killer Bob shows up.
I'm going to bring my level.
Okay.
Going to bring my level.
Screw gun.
Make sure it goes into a stud.
That's my screw gun.
Stud finder.
A stud finder.
I have some of those things, but you can bring your own. We can do a stud finder off and see which one works better.
When I come over, I'll do some witchcraft on your mirrors to make sure that no one can get through, okay?
No one from the Black Lodge is invited.
No, yeah. We'll shut them all out.
I'm still afraid that I'll run into Michael Anderson, who plays the man from Another Place, the little person.
Oh, uh-huh.
Who does the, like, wow, Bob, and does the dance.
Yeah, that
if I
backwards thing, I
would launch him into outer space if I saw him. I would be so scared. I'd be like, I have to get you away from me, and then I'm going to run off with a cloud of dust behind me, like a cartoon character, because he's terrifying. Even when I've seen him in other things, it scares me. I'm like, he's here and like he's undercover. Doesn't anybody see? He's here.
As you can tell, listening audience, Hal has been deeply traumatized by Twin Peaks. So
I run very quickly through dark rooms.
Don't ever, if you see him in real life, don't ever bring it up.
Always assume Killer Bob is in the room. Always, even in dark rooms. I'm like, I'm just a guy in his 40s walking upstairs. No way Killer Bob is here. And then I just think like, I'm going to feel a cold rush of air. And then he's going to like spider walk out from behind a plant or something or behind the couch. No, don't want that.
This is why I'm afraid of the dark. I told you this. It's not dark outside. It's dark inside because you don't know what's in the shadows waiting.
Looking out the window.
Speaking of the shadows waiting, Joseph and I have been watching a lot of spooky things because it's spooky season.
Sure.
But spooky season.
So one of our and every night after we watch our spooky thing, I go up to our bedroom and I like turn on the light and get in there and get cozy. So, but one of our Halloween decorations is a big inflatable cat that it's on the balcony outside our bedroom. And it's like when it's not on, it's deflated and the wind blows it, and every night I see this thing get caught in the wind and I'm like, oh my God, every night I get freaked out by this. I think it's like some sort of astral spoofy thing, like floating by the window. But no, it's the blow-up cat that I got at the Spirit of Halloween store.
Oh, I love that. I love that for you as well.
Yeah, looking at like out of the windows and stuff at night, and you're like,
yeah, that's so scary. Other scary things, the fact that the brownstone spire has anything to do with this. They have to go, first of all, walking humbly. They walked humbly there. How do you walk humbly? That's not a saunter.
You do like head hanging low. I'm kind of doing it right now. Head below the shoulder. Like you walk with a humble.
You're not just like in a bowed, like.
You're not doing like a runway walk. Yeah, it's status. It's all status, right? You're taking a lower status than the spire.
To the brownstone spire.
Spire.
Add some echo on that, please. Oh, also some of the other parts that I found interesting. The traffic section was, it was like the prose. It was very poetry-y.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that. The word from your sponsors was also very spooky.
Mm-hmm.
It was like children on some weird sightless children. I didn't like that at all. I rewound it like 3 times and I was like, it was freaking me out every time. So I was like, no, I'm going to let it go this time. But I wanted to be sure I heard what I heard, but I was scared.
Yeah. And no actual name sponsor this time. It's just another.
I know.
It's just horrific imagery. This has been a word from our sponsors.
Yes. I'm like, what word? Terrifying? I don't like it. But yeah. Yeah, they really kept us on edge there with the whole. They cut us off right before the weather to talk about before the cost thing. So I was like, it was like really building up to it. And then when we found out the cost, which was also like horrible and messed up, and now another cliffhanger for the next episode.
What are they gonna do?
Part 2 of 3. What are they gonna do? What do you think they're gonna do? You already know though.
I know. Yeah.
No spoilers. I think something weird's gonna happen. And I know that's nebulous.
Right? At the last minute.
Just something odd is going to happen. You expect it to be I feel like when you expect it to be a binary, it's going to be a third thing. That doesn't necessarily resolve anything. Like, it might not resolve the way anybody would want, but it feels like a third thing is coming. Don't say anything, Meg.
Yeah.
You're being very, very good poker face. Oh, no, wait.
I'm actually just reading the transcript of the end of the episode right now, just to
of the next episode
of this episode. There are only two ways to go forward.
Yes, but that means
yeah.
There are only two. Yeah, there are only 2 things presented, but it feels like a third thing will happen.
Yes,
it feels like that's the one thing.
See, at the last minute,
you can always depend on that.
I hope so. Also, the fact that they had to go to Applebee's for something, I didn't like that. I don't like Apple.
The electrolysis nachos?
That's an actual thing that Applebee's sells, right?
Of course.
No. Electrolysis, all your hair zaps out after you eat some nachos?
Do you ever notice how many bald traveling business people there are? It's because they all eat at Applebee's.
And they're like,
they're like, let me get the nachos. And they're like, all right, 1 order of electrolysis. Nachos coming right up. Boom. Bye, hair. See you later.
Nachos are delicious. I would even take a little hair removal alongside.
Just don't get the Guy Italian nachos at Guy's American Kitchen in Times Square, which I think is probably closed.
What?
Guy Fieri, who I have a tumultuous relationship with that is 100% one-sided. It has nothing to do with him as a human being. Everything to do with how much I enjoy the restaurants he visits and hate seeing him in the kitchen coughing and spitting and using his bare hands everywhere. He has a restaurant, or had a restaurant in Times Square, the review for which I think Jeffrey might have shared the review with me. The review is just a series of questions, including like, have you ever tasted wine before?
Okay.
Like to that level of it is one of the most scathing reviews that is made up almost entirely of questions. And so I went there with Mark Gagliardi and we documented it. And we got the Italian nachos. We were one of like 4 tables seated in the place. It took forever to get our food. Everything came out cold. And the nachos were some of the worst. They had like dried, not on purpose, dried salami strips on top of them and basil.
Why?
Because they were Italian nachos.
We don't need to make Italian nachos, guys. It's called lasagna. It's just lasagna.
Yeah. Oh, so bad. That was a tough.
Yeah.
That was a tough restaurant experience.
Yeah.
This is a question that just in the series of questions about Guy Fieri. Why is the Burbank airport exclusively Guy Fieri branded? Like, you can't get a cup of coffee in the Burbank airport unless it is from a Guy Fieri branded store.
Wait,
I don't know
what?
the deal is there? He must have a deal. He has an exclusive deal with the Bob Hope estate and airport.
Yeah.
What? Wow. I am flabbergasted. I didn't even know any of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm going to do with that information.
Just throw your sunglasses on the back of your head and go to the Bob Hope airport and have some coffee.
I am scared.
And
I'm a Guy Fieri fan, even if his restaurant is trash. His TV show
right? No,
is
exactly.
the cornerstone of my being when I'm on the road.
It's a comfort and sees me to sleep many a night.
Yeah.
I set my television timer to go off while I'm watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And in the past, it's been with you, Meg, and we've had our best times. But it was very sad in Europe. I had no
Triple D
time with Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
There was no not a diner, nor a drive-in, nor a dive. Did I have?
I don't think there's room for. There's no room for Guy Fieri in the international cuisine landscape, and I'm not judging whether or not that is correct. I think that's the observation. He's a uniquely American personality in terms of how large he is, like larger than life he is, and the restaurants that he goes to, which it's, everything he does is all the good stuff you hear about him is wonderful. I hope every bit of it is true. Mm-hmm. I just can't get over it. I love those shows. I love seeing like the cool spots in other cities that aren't like super pretentious, like the places you just want to go get some good grub.
Absolutely.
But then he goes in and just coughing and spitting and taking messy bites all over the food prep area, and you can't clean that out. You need bleach, and you don't want to do that where you're putting food.
Do you not notice they've laid down tarps?
This is not a Gallagher concert. It is a hot dog place.
They're ready for him. They're ready for him.
The entire place.
And then he goes around glad handing and kissing babies and whatnot. People are willing to have the paws of Guy Fieri on them. He's a man of the people.
In a pre-COVID world,
I'd be lucky.
It was like fun.
Ooh.
You'd be lucky, you think?
I'd be lucky to get some of Guy Fieri's COVID.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, he's a special man. But I don't know. He seems like he'd be pretty chill.
I bet if I had the occasion to spend time with him, that we would get along so well that it would be insane.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that out there I'm putting that out into the universe.
He'd be like, Hal.
Well,
you and Guy Fieri being friends?
I'm assuming Guy's a listener. So,
Guy, let's hang out.
Yeah.
You're in California somewhere, different part than me, but we can meet up. I'm down. I'm down to meet up. Let's just not go in the kitchen. Let's just sit at a table outside, please. I'm outdoor dining right now exclusively.
You can go to a restaurant together.
Yeah.
Outside.
Nice
go to the Burbank airport together.
Free everything. It's all on Guy.
Yeah, you don't open your wallet when you're with Guy. He seems like that type,
Yeah, he won't let you pay for the meal. He's already worked by the time you get there.
I think if Guy Fieri and I were together, just saying, if we were together and
romantically,
and if it was a choice between whether Guy and I would have to break up or we had to kill a whole universe,
what would you choose?
That's really tough. It's really tough. I'm just going to say there's probably an alternate universe that has days are numbered. No.
Coming up next on Triple D, we might cause an entire universe to collapse on itself. We're going to find out. Plus a chili joint that'll have your eyes popping out of your head.
Though, I think I would kill the other universe for Joseph. I would. I mean, I probably wouldn't for Guy Fieri, but I would definitely do it for Joseph.
Yeah.
Sorry, other universe.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Well, yeah.
I can't imagine not having Jennifer. Cannot imagine that. Wouldn't want to.
So you'd kill a whole universe.
I don't know those people. It's not my universe.
Fuck them, right? It's my life. I get one.
I wonder.
And then you play the Bon Jovi song. It's my life.
Of course, she's from Jersey.
Never.
Or Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen.
I was just at a wedding in New Jersey where we all danced to Dancing in the Dark.
Sure.
Like the dance floor was
Of course you did. It's isn't it a requirement if you get married in Jersey to play at least 6 Springsteen songs?
Yeah.
I think it's in your constitution.
Sure is. That something about Taylor Ham.
Yeah.
I'm calling it down the shore.
Yeah. We get married down the shore.
Get down the shore. Oh, Hal, this wedding was in South Jersey,
Oh,
very near Philadelphia.
Where?
And I had to be there for like 3 days. It was in, it was like by Rowan, right by Rowan University.
Okay.
So we had to be there for like 4 days. And we were there for a while. And we were there so long, I was worried that Iris was going to get hoagie mouth.
You gotta get hoagie mouth. There are worse things that could happen to a child than getting hoagie mouth.
Because she's just at such a pivotal phase of language development right now. We were there for like 4 days. So
That's enough time. It's in there somewhere. Hoagie.
Yeah. Just like phone.
I need water. Give me the phone.
Can you imagine? I would love that.
Anyway, back to this episode. So we get left on the doorstep of what is to happen next in the final segment of this trilogy coming up.
Yeah, hanging on a cliff.
I asked Joseph about how they were writing the trilogies. I was like, normally you guys go back and forth episode by episode. Were you each taking a trilogy and going back and forth that way, or were you still going one by one? He was like, no, we would write the parts. Like, so Joseph wrote all 3 parts of this, I'm pretty sure. And then, Jeffrey would write the next 3-parter or whatever.
Okay. The War of the 3-parters.
Divide and conquer.
Yes. So there was one recently that was like a 5-parter, and Joseph's like, I guess I just don't write an episode until like May. Okay, whatever.
I'm going down the shore. I'm going to go get some hoagie mouth for myself.
Yeah, because Jeffrey's on a 5-part tear.
I'm imagining it's like Beautiful Mind, though. Like in his office, it's just like papers and strings, and like his hair is all a muss.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next, we're going to hear from fans and friends of the podcast about their theories, comments, and questions. But first, a conversation about this episode's weather, fire drills by our good buddy, Dessa.
Yes,
So
Dessa, as always, bringing the beats, bringing the sweet, awesome lyrics. We've had Dessa with us on tour before and on the podcast before. Not this podcast, but, she's done the weather. Has she been a guest?
On this podcast? No, I don't believe so. No.
Okay, good. Okay, I was wondering, my Swiss cheese brain.
I know. I was like, wait, did I forget?
I was like, wait, did she? Because
we should invite her too, but she's always like so busy because she's that I always hate to be like, come to our podcast.
And she's on tour with Mike Eagle right now. The great Mike Eagle.
She is.
She's all over the place. But this song made me particularly think about when she was, and she continues to work with them occasionally, but the Minnesota orchestra.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the orchestration of this song made me think how amazing it would be to hear live with a full orchestra. Yeah. That would be amazing. Don't you think?
They did it.
No, I'm saying, but I wasn't there. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you were there.
No, they've recorded it. There is the recording of it. So, but it's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same as the being in the room with it and hearing all those instruments live. But there is they did do a live album of this album that this song comes from at the Minnesota Orchestra. So you can listen to it and you don't get you're not going to get the Dessa's voice reverberating through your guts in the same room. But
no, but I have been lucky enough to see Dessa live both when we were touring together and also just as a person and a friend who has lovingly glommed onto her. So anytime she comes through my city, which is pretty often, and I'm there, I'm like, I will be at the concert. So if you all are fans out there, just know I'll probably be at a concert and I'll see you there.
Yeah. If Dessa comes to your city, go see it.
Yes. Because it's magic. Her shows are magic. She really gets involved with the crowd, and the energy is so high. And even if there's diehard fans who know every word, of course, but everyone is welcome. It's it's a really amazing experience. So if you get the opportunity, go see her. Yes.
I love this song. I love this album. This is off her 2018 album, Chime. Yeah, I'm really, really into this song. She did an interview with NPR in 2018 after this album came out, talking about what the song is about. And she says the song is about women traveling alone in the world and what it's like to be a woman traveling alone. Symphony, I'm sure you have recent relations to that. Obviously.
Yeah, once or twice. Yeah, absolutely.
So 2018 was a time that I was also traveling alone quite a bit. And this song was very like, yeah. So she said what the song's about is about that. And then she said this quote, which I thought was great. Asking women to live smaller lives is not an acceptable solution to the problem of a dangerous world.
Mm-hmm.
So, hell yeah.
Yeah. I love Dessa.
So good.
There's definitely some, as a woman who travels the world, I try not to be afraid of having new experiences and, experiencing the world and the beauty that there is in this world. But there are realities that unfortunately we have to think about. And I just love having that sort of vision out there that hopefully we can be out here and be safe and not, be afraid.
Hell yeah.
So we love that. And we also love some delicious, hot, piping hot, ooey gooey coming out of the oven, the FanZone Calzone.
FanZone.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Lately, I've been all over the place. Between touring, dog sitting, and traveling, my routine has become non-existent. Now that my travel schedule has slowed down, I need to get back to eating real food and not just grabbing what I can when I can. And Factor is making that easier for me. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes and require little to no prep and no cleanup. So even on the days when my schedule is completely out of whack, eating well is still achievable. Like today. I had 3 meetings and a client. By the time I was done, I was hungry and I just needed to eat. So I grabbed the Beurre Blanc filet mignon with Parmesan risotto and it was delicious. I was amazed at how tender it was and how flavorful the risotto was and saved me from having to pick something up quick. And in 2 minutes, I had something healthy, fresh, and delicious. So if you like fast, easy, and delicious meals, I think you would like Factor meals too. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/GMNV50OFF and use code GMNV50OFF to get 50% off and 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year, while supplies last until 10/31/2026. That's code GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. See website for more details.
This episode is brought to you by Facebook. So you were scrolling on Marketplace, and there it was, the bike you'd been searching for. You sent a message, and it turned out the seller was super chatty, kind of funny, and an avid cyclist. The next thing you know, you're in a cycling crew. Well, a community cycling group. The thing about Facebook, you might find more than what you're looking for. From a browse to a bike ride, this summer find more on Facebook.
First up in the fan zone, we have Ellen. Ellen writes, Kia ora from New Zealand. I just listened to Good Morning Hegemony Part 2. And here in New Zealand, we pronounce barista the same as Cecil. Barista. Rather than barista. It's funny listening to the podcast that has predominantly American accents and to occasionally hear something pronounced that way we would all the way down here on our wee islands. One of those dissonant moments where you remember that language is just a bunch of sounds we mash together and give meaning to. Thanks. It's true. Yep. Thank you to the whole Night Vale crew and the wider community. You are the weird, fantastical, creepy, absurdist light in the dark I've always been searching for. Deep Aroha. Hopefully I said that right. That means love from, let me try and say it. Aotearoa? How do you say it?
I think it's Aotearoa. That's how I would say it. I would say Aotearoa.
Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Aotearoa. I'm probably wrong.
Please correct me on how to say that, Ellen. We appreciate you. And we hope to see you someday soon. I hope to see you someday soon as well, Ellen. And thank you.
Carla writes in, hello, lovely tri-hosts. Like Hal, I often forget the content of podcasts or any media as soon as it's no longer in front of me. But I love it whenever hydrocolon therapy comes up. I cackle, it's been 0 days with glee. And my husband looks at me like I've lost my goddamn mind again. At least he used to. I think he's immune to it now. I also love hearing all of you get super excited about anything. Your joy brings me joy. After re-listening to the episode, I did my homework. Are you happy? I think Barks Ennui is a mix of a French bulldog and a corgi. Google Images showed me an especially cute picture from Pinterest that I highly recommend. Much love and a little horror in the spooky season. Carla. And then I've included this picture that I'll put on Patreon of what Carla thinks Barks looks like. It's a cute dog. I'm in.
I have something too, but I want to address the hydrocolon therapy. I know it's been 0 days. A lot has happened in the time since we last recorded. It's been 2 months, over 2 months.
Yeah. Did you get hydrocolon therapy?
Well, first of all, I'm at a certain age, and I also had a scare where I was like, something is wrong. Something's wrong inside my body. So I went to see, what are they called? In gastroenterologist, GI. He was like, we're going to do a colonoscopy. So the good news is, if you weren't having this problem, I would tell you to get a colonoscopy because it's time. So I had to undergo the preparation for a colonoscopy. Now I'm older than both of you. Neither of you are at the age yet where this is something you need to do. But let me tell you something. He was very specific about it. He was like, you need to be clean. I need you to be clean when I go in there. Because, they go in, for those of you who don't know colon, they go in there and they scope out the colon. They go in the unholiest of holiest entrance/exits on your body. And so you need it to be clean in there so they can get a look at everything and make sure there's no trouble. And that is a 2-day process that I think everybody does it differently, but it involved taking more than the recommended amount of laxative pills, taking an entire thing of this saltwater solution that is a laxative, then doing the not Metamucil, the like an X-Lax, I forget what it was called, but drinking that in water, and then you're not eating anything. It's just liquids, right? And then nothing. And after going through that and clean, he was happy with how clean everything turned out. Fine. I made you wait to hear that. I wanted you on the edge of your seat. I think Meg's falling asleep.
I'm here.
After being through that, I don't think I would ever want someone to, like, I've done the full clean out, and I don't need it done. I'm good. I don't want it done anymore. It doesn't have to happen. You'll see. I'm curious after you have to go through it, which you should. It's good to get them. It's not that often. I don't think I have to go back for 10 years. But after you've done it, after you've had to go through this process, if you're like, next I want someone to spray water in there and have to do a poop walk across the floor. I imagine somebody sitting with it, like reading a newspaper, just in case there's trouble, like they're trying not to look, but they have to be unattended. Don't tell me if I'm wrong. But just to say, like, let's see. Don't shake your head. You don't know what it's like in every place. It's possible there's a place that does. Hi, I'm Larry. Let me know if you need anything. Just pull the rope. It'll ring this little bell right next to me. This is how I get my movie listings. It's from the newspaper. I refuse to use the internet.
I truly believe you spend your time making fantasies in your head about colon hydrotherapy.
Sure.
During your free time. How?
My TikTok FYP is a nightmare. It is a rolling nightmare. I'll tell you more when we're done recording. Riley writes, hello, Symphony, Meg, and Hal. My name is Riley, I'm a big fan. Been listening since day one. Love you very much, etc., etc. I ask you to please consider the following. Number 1, in episode 118, Hal talked about Jaleel White at length. I wanted to share that as a late-era millennial, born 1994, I was in high school. I best know Jaleel White as the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in the animated Sonic TV show. Yes, of course. Hal, if you want to work with Jaleel on Sonic the Hedgehog media in the future, I think you'd be an excellent voice for Big the Cat. See attached photo for reference. Well, thank you, Riley. I hope that one day you are casting something and you will remember this because I am available. Number 2, also in episode 118, the gang discussed eating food in the shower. I just wanted to share that my favorite band, Ninja Sex Party, has a song about eating food in the shower, aptly called Eating Food in the Shower. Here's a link to their music video. You can also find them on Spotify if you are so inclined. Number 3. I wanted to contribute to the Who Would You Be in Night Vale discussion. While my absolute favorite character is Sarah Sultan, a smooth, fist-sized river rock. I cackle like a hyena every time she's brought up in an episode. I'd like to believe I am somehow related to Steve Carlsberg, right? It's a great descriptor. It's so good. I'd like to believe I am somehow related to Steve Carlsberg. The incredible monologue Steve gives about the arrows and dotted lines in the sky never ceases to make me cry. I actually have a galaxy tattoo on my back encircled by 2 Night Vale quotes. One is, "The sky is a chart that explains the entire world," and "Be proud of your place in the cosmos. It is so small, and yet it is." I have ADHD, and I am also autistic, so I often feel like I see connections and associations between things that other people don't see at all. I'm learning that this is part of being neurodivergent, and I find such great comfort in a character like Steve who sees the answers, is ignored, mocked, and shamed for pointing them out, and yet he carries on. And yet he finds hope and joy. And yet he is. Thanks for playing such a great character, Hal, and for making this little weirdo feel seen. Well, you are seen and you are appreciated. Thank you for everything you are in the world, and thank you for writing in and sharing a little bit of yourself with us. So if I had any small role in you feeling good about that, then that is a great honor of my life. Thank you. Number 4. Lastly, I know this is a way throwback, but which tiny Night Vale citizen living under Lane 5 in the bowling alley do you think killed the Apache tracker? I think it was Sarah Sultan, a teeny tiny pinky toenail-sized river pebble. Seems like canon to me. Thanks for the laughs and excellent food opinions. With love, Riley. She, they.
Aw.
That's lovely.
Riley.
I support everything you said. Every bit of it. No notes.
That's
10 out of 10.
nice.
How about that? That's it for this one. Get your colonoscopy if you're due. Thank you all for listening. The next episode is episode 123, A Story of Love and Horror, Part 3, Francis. Until then, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Meg Bashwiner, and Hal Lublin. It is edited by Felicia Dominguez and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions, or to tell us what your dog was for Halloween. This show is powered by our patrons, like Arlene Bobka, Kate Nix, Pat Lusk, Chris Brose, and Carter. If you are interested in supporting the show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive, insider, hyper cool kid content, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Night Vale Chat. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, and Joseph Fink. The Calzone ingredient of the week is remembering to vote on Tuesday, November 8th, and then taking yourself out for a delicious democracy calzone.